Yo, what up guys, it's Rythmn, and today's the much expected day, the much waited day of Daggerspells. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see some Darkrunner versus Daggerspells, and well, here it is. I thought I might as well bring it to you. Now, I'm sorry, I know I promised some guys last night that I would finish a video yesterday, but I ended up coming home from work and just straight up passing out. So yeah, I do apologize about that. But anyways, the video is today, so let's check it out. So I'm fighting Shiloh from Gank Bus. By the way, a lot of people from Gank Bus are really good. I think some of the top PvPers from Kyrios. But anyways, the tactic that I like to use versus most Daggerspells is typically I like to just go all out, like full Mongoloid. I'll pop my Rondachi, I'll pop all my buffs, and I'll just go right in and try to get my Overwhelm combo before they even have a chance to fear. Because that's pretty much what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you in their fear combo, so that way they can set up the Wombo combo and just kill you in one global or whatever. But Shiloh is a very good dagger spell, so he knows that he's got to, he can put me in a bad spot if he just straight up mud hands me right here. He forces me to use my cooldowns such as Bond Breaker, which is huge. I should have gone in right here. I should have waited, because now that when I went in, all he has to do is lassitude me, and I have no way to break it. And sure enough, he does use lassitude, and I'm kind of fucked right here. So yeah, he puts me to sleep. He knows he's got it from here, and pretty much when they put you to sleep, all they're gonna do is meteor strike you like here. It almost kills you, and then they're gonna do like some other combo, and you're pretty much dead. There's almost nothing you can do in this situation. But anyways, there's a lot of different ways Daggerspells plays, but if you're really quick and you have really good ping, I would really suggest doing the way I do it, and I would just, straight up Stalker's Mark, Shadow Step, and Overwhelm as quick as possible. You don't even necessarily need Stalker's Mark, because you can always Shadow Smite after your Overwhelm, and it'll still trip them, just so long as you have enough damage. But that's the main thing in my Daggerspells. Now, it's kind of risky sometimes popping Nodachi, because now I have a lot of damage that he can throw into me, and as you see here, all he does is throw Innervate and Mud Hand, and I die. Yeah, he hit me pretty hard there. So here you go. Here's, I think, the first loss I've had that I've shown you guys. I do lose, not occasionally, but I do lose, guys. I've actually started to lose a lot more frequently as of today. These are kind of older clips, but yeah, I do lose. But anyways, so the main thing that Daggerspells will try to do is, a good majority of them, I would say about 80% of them, won't use their fear just to use their fear. They'll try to get you in a focal concussion, which is that kind of like the little stun, and then they'll use the fear to kind of ensure that you're stuck in the fear. So if you're really fast and you're really I would say like reactive, what you can do is, as soon as you see them use focal concussion, pop your stun break, which is break it, or what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but you guys know what it is. The stun break, and then instantly teleport, and 9 times out of 10 you'll dodge a fear, I promise. But that's pretty much it. What you want to do, the main objective is, don't stay close to a Daggerspell. Never stay close to a Daggerspell, because all it takes is legit one fear and you're done. You're dead. I would definitely say Daggerspells are one of our toughest counters. Unless you have really good gear, they're going to give you a really big problem, because you can outplay the shit out of them, and literally all they have to do is fear you one time. All you got to do is mess up one time and get stuck in a fear, and you're dead. You're most likely dead. But anyways, so yeah, what I like to do is I like to Stalker's Mark, Shadow Step, and then go right in and blow everything I can. So as you can see here, I'm popping all my buffs, and I'm even popping Nodachi. The next thing I like to do is sometimes I stealth before, but I usually Stalker's Mark and then Shadow Step, whatever. As you can see, he used his fear there, but I dodged it because I'm kind of like, I'm not standing on top of him the whole time. If you notice, I'm kind of, how would you describe it? I'm kind of like running in, using an ability, and kind of like jumping out. If you notice, I'm not standing right on top of him spamming my abilities. I'm kind of using ability while I'm running and kiting in a way. It's hard to notice, but you'll dodge a lot more things like that, and you might accidentally dodge a fear. Right here, he catches me in a fear, but he's too slow. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's too slow to catch me in a lassitude, and yeah, I kind of take advantage of that. One thing that you can try to capitalize on is, sometimes they'll put you in a fear, and sometimes they're too slow or whatever, but they won't throw lassitude right away. Now, if they don't do that, at the end of the fear, you'll get into a stun. And if you use your stun break, I really can't think of the name right now for some reason, but if you use your stun break and then lassitude or bond breaker, as soon as you get out of there, you'll break any kind of CC they have on you, and you pretty much have the win right there. Now, some dagger spells will actually pick up frigid tracks, and it's pretty scary because you don't want to fight them with frigid tracks because it's another CC, and they just have so much CC to avoid. It's not even funny. But if you do have to fight them like that, you can definitely get out of it by popping Shrug It Off, and you'll be okay. But you have to be careful because them using frigid tracks is pretty scary. What I usually try to do when they use frigid tracks is I try to run away, because it's only like I think 14 seconds or something like that. So if you can get away, I usually don't like to play that game and go stealth and kite it out. But if you can run away because they use it way too far or something like that, then I would definitely say kite it, because it is pretty scary to fight a dagger spell with frigid tracks. I think in this scenario, yeah, he uses it again. As you can tell, I'm running away. He's got 14 seconds. He's going to sprint to me. But since I don't like playing, you know, really gay, making people waste their cooldowns, I usually just try to fight over it. Right here, he slows me, or he puts the mud hand on me, but I just instantly stealth. For some reason, he decided to kind of backdrop and go away. And I think at this point, he actually starts lagging out, and I notice this, so I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to take advantage of that. I know Trap Lord, he's a good guy, so I'm going to see if he can, you know, maybe reconnect or you know, get back into the game or whatever. And sure enough, he does, so we finished the match out like that. But yeah, those of you guys that say you're having a hard time with dagger spells, don't feel down or anything, because they are pretty tough. I'm not even kidding. They're pretty strong. Mages just in general are pretty strong, and it's kind of scary with 55 because they might be even stronger, you know, with God's Whip and everything. It might be pretty scary. So oh, by the way, I know a lot of you guys are asking me about, you know, if I'm going to do a 55 guide and everything. I definitely am, but I'm kind of lazy in leveling up. I'm actually on level 51, probably 52 by the end of this video, but it's going to take me a while to get to 55, so I'm not going to do it until I hit 55 and get comfortable with how I'm playing, but definitely be expecting, you know, a 55 guide for Darkrunners, at least the way I want to play. But I actually, you'll find that you fight a lot of dagger spells in Arena, which kind of sucks because it's rough. It's rough. All it takes is for one fear. But as you can see, I'm so quick with everything that I'm able to just go in there and blow them up. One thing too that you want to keep in mind is dagger spells have purge, and a lot of dagger spells won't use purge to cleanse themselves, but some dagger spells will actually cleanse your Stalker's Mark. So if you find that you're fighting a dagger spell that's actually, you know, does that tries to purge himself to get rid of the Stalker's Mark, it's very, very smart to try and shoot a couple of basic arrows. Don't shoot your Stalker's Mark right away. Try to trick him. You know, pop Free Runner and act like you're going full in, and then shoot like, let's say, 2 to 3 arrows, and odds are he might pop purge on himself, and if he does, that's a free Stalker's Mark if you can get it off. I've done this to a lot of good dagger spells, and it's just something that they're just so used to seeing. And so as you can see right there, he popped Focal Concussion, and I knew right off the bat his next ability is going to be Fear. So I popped Shrug It Off, and I teleport, and I got away. I still died though. So, but yeah, like it's like if you can dodge the fear, you almost have a guaranteed win. 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but a good majority of the time you can win after they miss their fear. If they miss their fear, there's no other CC you should get caught up in. Now, some dagger spells will actually spec into Insidious Whisper, which is kind of like the cast fear, and if they do that, you're kind of fucked unless you have a charge or an overwhelm or something to stop them or interrupt their cast. It's pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. You have stealth. Actually, I don't even think stealth would work because they have so much vision on you when you're stealth. But you have charge and overwhelm to stop that cast. But if they take Insidious Whisper, it's pretty much a Darkrunner killer. Like it's pretty rough. So I would definitely be careful about that. Right here, I got pretty lucky. He got me pretty low, and I got pretty lucky towards the end right there. But yeah, I even have trouble with dagger spells, guys. So don't even feel unmotivated about that kind of stuff. Dagger spells are pretty tough. I think dagger spells are actually, like, you know, I would say really high top tier in Archeage. I think they focus a lot on mages because you don't even necessarily have to have good gear as a dagger spell. But once you get down the rotations and know how dagger spells usually are gonna play, you'll figure out that it's not, you know, it's not always hard to fight these guys. You can kind of, if you can tell what they're thinking, then you can win. But you got to be careful because there's some smart dagger spells out there that will know what you're trying to do, and let's say they'll probably throw a mud hand into you, and and they're trying to bait you to use your bond breaker, and you kind of have to sometimes, because if they throw a mud hand on you, you're just like, you're a sitting duck. There's nothing you can do except stealth, and I don't know, it's pretty rough. So it's kind of hard. The only thing I would probably do is if you do end up popping bond breaker because you got stuck in a mud hand and he's coming after you to fear you or something like that, I would probably pop bond breaker and definitely try to blow him up as fast as possible, because you got like, I think 2 to 3 seconds with bond breaker. I'm not sure how long it lasts, but yeah. In this video, or in these videos, in these clips, I'm still using the two-hander. I kind of swap between both because it's just a preference, guys. I really just swap between both. I really do like two-handers more, not because it's better, but because I love two-handers. I've always been a two-hander guy. You know, I love the big numbers. Dual wield's still good. Don't get me wrong. Dual wield's actually better than dual wield. It's just, I don't know. It's dual wield. I like it, but it's whatever. Yeah, see, so my Stalker's Mark missed, and I knew that I could just Shadow Smite him and knock him down. But anyways, he did see, if you notice, he did his focus concussion. Once again, I shrugged it off and teleported, and I dodged it. I really need to learn the other language, because a lot of the other faction try to talk to me in chat. I don't know if it's probably them, you know, screaming at me or whatever, but yeah, it tends to happen a lot. For actually the 55 patch that came out, I'm actually looking towards getting a Obsidian Greatsword. Now, I'm either going to get an Obsidian Greatsword, or I'm going to try to get the one-handed axe from Serpentis, and then use a one-handed Obsidian Sword with that dual wield. So it's kind of either or. Whatever I get first is what I'm going to go with. But I'm really leaning towards an Obsidian Great Axe, or not Great Axe, Greatsword, because it gives me that crit damage. And that's pretty huge, because what I plan on doing is I plan on getting 4-piece flame, Ethereum Flame, for the crit bonus, and I also plan on getting 3-piece GHA for the crit bonus as well. And I'm gonna see how that works. I don't know, but with that much crit damage, when I crit, it's gonna be fucking insane how hard I hit with the two-hander, especially with the Greatsword, which does, you know, huge crits. So you know, it might fail. I heard some people say it doesn't really make a difference, but I'm going to try it out. We'll see what happens. It's kind of like the cheapest route for me, because I only have to get 4-piece Ethereum Flame right now. But yeah, we'll definitely see how that goes. This is actually the last match, so hopefully this video helped you guys. You know, let me know if these videos are helping you guys. I know you guys are pretty awesome in the comments. But yeah, last guy I'm facing is Direct. I've seen him from time to time in arenas, and he's a pretty good Daggerspell as well. I know I only lost one time in this video, but I lose a lot more, guys. Don't worry about it. Like, I do lose a lot more. I'm not as geared as people think. I'm pretty average geared, if not lower than average geared. See, there's Fulcrum Concussion, but he's not close enough to give me a fear, so I knew it wasn't any trouble right there. Oh, but these fights can be pretty stressful. Definitely. Yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys. Definitely be sure to hit that like button down below if it did, because I really do appreciate it, guys. It means a lot to me. And yeah, definitely hit that button for me. So do you guys actually like these videos? Let me know if you actually do like these videos. They're pretty helpful. I'm going to leave a straw poll down, by the way, down in the description below, and it's going to be based on whatever you guys want to see next video. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. By the way, before I end the video, I want to give a quick shout out to Deceiver. He's been a big time fan for such a long time, and he does YouTube content just like me. So definitely check him out and check out his videos. I'll leave a link down in the description, you know, below. And yeah, peace.